Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another options in play video update. Uh, things are developing so quickly post Fed right now that I'll definitely have more color. I might do a video going over some other ideas tomorrow, and well, Friday's the earnings video, but I'll talk about tomorrow about some of like the impacts from what happened today with the Fed. But something that's been on my mind the last 24, 48 hours has been the VIX, VXX. If you guys have been watching this or trading this, you'll know that it's really had an unusual week. There was an announcement on Monday that Barclays, which was the issuer of VXX shares, would be suspending creations and sales, and that was pretty unusual. It came out of the blue for a lot of people, and it led to kind of like a wacky few days of trading where scroll. So this is the 5 minute chart. You could see that on Monday the VIX really started to take off, right, and then it hit a huge explosion Tuesday morning, only to pull back, and now it's starting to behave a little bit more in line with what the underlying is doing, right? So when you compare this to the UVXY, which similarly tracks the VIX, right? You can see that Monday, yeah, rallied, but when the VXX was exploding on Tuesday, UVXY was steadily sliding. So you can see that there was a really major disconnect. In addition to the VXX, the price action acting all wonky, the option pricing really the implied volatility exploded on it. Uh, Short term, slightly longer term, because people were kind of uncertain what the implications were, and when you had like the originator of it halting creations and sales, it was kind of like people were a little bit more uncertain what the next move was going to be or what the next like major event could be. So the premiums skyrocketed. So moving forward, and I guess this is just kind of like a standard rule for me in general. Like if something's not making sense, if something's really acting wacky and you're not sure why, probably one of the better things to do is just either size down, scale back risk, or just avoid it if you're not in it, right? Because um, when we trade, it's all about risk reward, right? And setups. Like we're looking at something that looks good either technically or fundamentally. There's some compelling reason why we're getting involved. And when you don't know why something's doing something, and the option pricing is surging, and the ETF in this case is like disconnected from what's going on with all of its peers, well, yeah, if you're like hyper scalping and just looking for like fast moves, it's one thing. But if you're going to be, trying to like pile into this and really don't understand the rationale for the movement, then you can put yourself in a bad position. So just for future reference, and it was on top of my mind just based off of what was going on the last few days. But you know, if something doesn't make sense, just avoid it, size down, leave it alone, right? There's plenty of other things moving, and the last thing you want to do is chase something or open options at bad prices and put yourself in a bad spot, and especially if it's not something you really understand what's going on in the first place, right? So. It's never fun losing money on a trade, but it's one thing if you lose money on a trade that's like a well thought out setup, and it's another thing if you lose money on a trade that's just you're jumping in just because something's going crazy and wacky, and you're trying to just capitalize on some sort of wild swing, right? So um, you know I think now it's starting to behave a little bit more in line with what it should be doing, but you never know. As far as I'm aware, I don't think Barclays has resumed creations of that, so it could be a little a little unusual still for the next few days. So something to be mindful of in the future if you come across something like this. Okay. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading options or managing options and this risk reward I'm always speaking of, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.